guys, so today we're talking about a random ban list at 12 o'clock on a Saturday, at least 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time zone Konami the TCG runs off of, but it might be like 9 o'clock where you're at. Like, that's kind of crazy that they I don't know in my recollection if they ever dropped it on a Saturday, but here we are. Brand new ban list. I kind of saw a little bit. I saw pictures on Twitter. Pictures I saw were a couple of cash cards, a runic card, and a spiral card. So that's pretty interesting. Make sure you guys click the like button, subscribe, share with all your friends. This is probably the only ban list video that's going to be done today. So we'll go out the gates. Okay, so Cyberstein is banned. That's really good. Super Heavy Samurai is not that crazy. But the fact that Super Heavy Samurai can very easily tutor this out by making a Gear X, searching the Cyberstein, pendulum summoning it out, activating Cyberstein's effect, paying 5,000, and getting... there's a lot of fusion monsters, right? So a lot of cards that can just hard counter a matchup. Like, it's not just like a Neteria Exterio or you know, like a Makaba. Like, it's like... I don't think it can summon Makaba. Actually, I think it can. I think it can summon any fusion monster. But it's just like, it can literally summon any legal fusion monster that can, like, Cyberstein can summon any legal fusion monster that counters something. Like, Cyberstein was banned for a reason before. And it came back, and it was only a matter of time. Maxi, RIP. I always check. And then Electromite is still there. Is that the only card that's banned? At least monsters. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. Really? Interesting. That deck is kind of dead now. That's like... At least it's not a one-card combo anymore. Like, you could still combo off, but I think, like, you can't just go, like, 15 Super Heavy Samurai cards, 15 hand traps. Like, I don't think you can do that anymore. Like, I know it's only 30, but, like, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow made it to where, like, if you open Soul Piercer, you just win. Unless your opponent has a form of disruption. I didn't think Super Heavy Samurai was that good, though, that it needed to get hit, but I guess here we are. Diablos with the Mind Hacker. I saw someone give pushback on my ban list prediction that Mind Hacker didn't need to get hit. I personally didn't think Mind Hacker was that big of a problem. Like, Mind Hacker has been around for a while. So I didn't really get why it needed to be hit. I thought, like, other cash stuff needed to get hit, but it isn't like the greatest card. I understand that. But, like, look at the two cards it's in between. Like, Rongomoid is crazier, if I said that right. I just always call him Rongo. And then Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon is crazier as well. So, like, but I don't know. Mind Hacker is now banned, so cash is a little worse. We are now on to the spells. Was that 3 monsters? Yeah, Konami does a lot of limiting. It doesn't usually do like that much banning. So no new spells. Barrage is still banned. Pointer of the Red Lotus is now just banned. Branded Expulsion? Pointer of Red Lotus hit. I don't think a Red Lotus is that great of a card, but sometimes it's fantastic. And there's just so many instances where it's the latter instead of the former. Especially with, like, so many one-card combos now. Like, a Pointer of the Red Lotus. You know, like, you could open, like, going back to Super Heavy Samurai, you could open, like, Nib, Droll, Ash, Imperm, Piercer, and your opponent just flips up the Red Lotus, knows exactly what's in your hand, and gets rid of the Piercer, right? So a Red Lotus I could definitely see nowadays, but Branded Expulsion is a little interesting because it's a trap card, but it's good. It's got a good effect. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad card. I just didn't think it was bannable. Blaster, Dragon Ruler of the Inferno. So they brought another Dragon Ruler back. I didn't even check the Dragon Rulers. It's interesting. I bet Blaster's really expensive right now. Kashtira, big time. Salamangreat, potentially. Because Kashtira can get from the banish zone, right? So Blaster can banish. I don't know what Kashtira looks like now, but, like, Blaster can banish cash cards, and cash can get them back. Like, Salad can't really get cards back from the banish zone. Fire Fist. I'm trying to think of another really good fire deck. I know Fire King is supposed to be getting new support. Shout out to that. Love that. That's a ways away. Yeah, a Rescue Ace, but I don't think Rescue Ace would run Blaster. I don't know. Blaster's interesting. I'm very, 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 very curious to see where Blaster may or may not pop up. Also, obviously, Dragon Link, or Bestial Control, whatever the heck they call it now. Mathematic Circular. That I did see coming. Like, I think I did say a math mech. I think I said addition. I don't remember which one I said, but I think circular made a lot of sense. Circular was just one of the better starter cards in math mech, and so now that it's limited, that helps. A big thing too, though, with circular, like a good amount of math mech cards, it's very splashable. Like the math mech stuff is actually weirdly splashable. Cyframe Gear Gamma. Interesting. I don't love that hit, but I'm not someone who likes Gamma. And if you guys have been following this channel long enough, you know, like I've talked about like Gamma's constantly on the penny stock market watch top 24, and I just never understand why, because and I mentioned this on Twitter, it was like some of the best or some of the worst good cards, right? Good cards. And I said Gamma, and someone was, replying, to that, like Gamma is a really bad card. But it's really not Gamma, it's just driver. Like my biggest issue with Gamma was always that you have to run the driver with it. And I always felt like that was a good, like that, throwing off your deck's consistency like that was enough to keep the card fine. Like I know, like, it's really annoying if you play if they play Branded Fusion, you play Ash, they chain Gamma, right? And now they get a free level 8 synchro. And I think that was the biggest thing, is like Gamma's a tuner. I think if Gamma's not a tuner, I don't think it gets limited. And I don't think you play it, by the way, if it's limited. It's terrible ratios if it's limited. But Gamma's at 1. I think it's at 2 on Master Duel, so maybe we're testing that out. Okay. Danglong, the first of the Yangzing. That kind of makes sense, because the biggest problem with Danglong, and this is when VFD got banned, this is what I don't understand with Konami. Like, I'm not trying to complain, because this just kind of feels like I'm maybe complaining a little bit, but when VFD got banned, my initial reaction was like, Danglong can be limited or unbanned now, right? If VFD's been banned for like 3.5 years, 2.5 years now, and it's just now coming off the ban list. Because the biggest problem with Danglong was that you could use it in True King Yangzing to make VFD. Like, yeah, it could search the Infernity Barrier Yangzing trap card. Yeah, it's a tuner with level manipulation. Really awesome stuff. But it was a problem because it literally was why True King Yangzing existed, that Dragonic Diagram, right? And like you could use Diagram to eventually get into Danglong, to eventually get into a VFD. And if you use Lithosgasm, you could take out cards from your opponent as well. It wasn't really that great of a deck either, but it was still good enough to merit Danglong getting banned. But it was clear True King of All Calamities was the problem. True King of All Calamities lives for 4 more years, gets banned, and Danglong still doesn't get hit. So, like I said, I might just be complaining, but I felt like this was a long time coming. Kashtira Riseheart, that makes sense. Not really much to say here. Don't know why they printed that card, but it's okie dokie. I just don't. It feels a little like lazy to just go like where it's like the 5th effect, right? Or it's the 4th effect. So it's okay. It's just like randomly thrown in here. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. It just made it so insane. Like, yeah, the spot removal is crazy. The way to summon it out, kind of the Dingrisu thing, is crazy. The way it can fuel its own resources is crazy. But it's just like a macrocosmos. It's insane. At 1, though, I don't know if it's gone, but that's the second Kashtira hit. And they gave him Blaster, but that is the second Kashtira hit that we've seen. We are now on to the spells. Delicious Memory. That's interesting. What does Memory do? Which one is Memory? Yeah, okay. That's the continue. They're all quick plays. This quick play. Unable to destroy by battle. Interesting. That's probably it's the second effect, I think. Oh, this is the material effect is pretty good too. I don't know. I didn't think Pearly has been doing that well. Like, Pearly's been okay. Pearly's definitely seen some tops here or there. Definitely some top 32s. If this is the only hit to Pearly, I think that's fine. But if it goes any further, I don't really love it. But I could see hitting Pearly for sure. I feel like Zeus made more sense. I think like Zeus is a bigger problem than any Pearly card. But we move forward. Naturia Secretron. That's not fun. I mean, Naturia Secretary is a really good card. Don't get me wrong, but like, was Naturia that bad of a deck? I didn't think so. But this is a really good card, so I get it. It's definitely a ban-worthy card, right? But I didn't think Naturia was that good for it. Herald of Orange is now limited, or semi-limited. Cheats, there's a lot. Why is there so many of those? Unicorn got semi-limited. I think that does nothing. Fenrir still searches it. Fenrir! I'm going to have to check Fenrir real quick to see what it's at in price. See... Oh, I'm so mad at myself. See, I really hope you guys listen to me more than I listen to myself. I said for weeks, at least 4 to 5 weeks, when this card was here, like, this is the time to pick up this card. This is the time to pick up this card. It was like here, bro. It was here at one point. I was like, this is the time to pick up this card. I kept saying it over and over again, but I myself never did it. I never did it. I never picked up this card when it was $20, and I said, if I know it looks like it's going to get banned. If it does not get banned, it's going to go to the moon. And it's gone up $10 in an hour. And it's looking like it's about to be up 20. Lightning Storm got semi-limited. I really like that. I think... it's got a card that used to be limited, 2 cards that used to be limited, one that's actually still limited, right? And Harpy's Featherstorm, or Harpy's Feather Duster, and Raigeki, right? Obviously, it's circumstantial, but the fact that it has both is insane to me. I mean, there's like a level 9 flip monster that has both as well, and Pot of Greed, but it's not as easy to activate as Lightning Storm. So I'm glad Lightning Storm. Semi-limited feels good too, though. It's not like super sacky, but it's still good. Runic Fountain is now at 2. I kind of wish I would have gone to 1 instead of hitting Sacred Tree. Like, Sacred Tree could have gone to 2 and Fountain could have gone to 1. It is what it is. Sky Striker Mobile Engage. We just actually talked about Sky Striker on yesterday's Market Watch. That was the Penny Stock Market Watch on Monday, excuse me. Hopefully you guys picked it up then. I would assume Engage and Sky Striker in general is a little more expensive now, though. And Sprite Starter. So that's really cool. Just kind of hitting the Sprite engine, but not like completely destroying it. So now they don't always open Starter, but they do open a little bit. They also did kind of inadvertently hit Sprite by limiting Gamma, because Gamma was like a staple in Sprite, and honestly, Sprite is probably why Gamma got limited. Like, Gamma's really not that great of a card, but like a free card, like a free level 2 monster that also is a negation that trades with your opponent in Sprite, pretty insane. But now for the fun part. Let's see. Blackwing Seem the Cloak, obviously. Gen X Ally Birdman, obviously. Spiral Quick Fix. It doesn't matter. Samasara Lotus. What was this card again? Ah, yes. That's right. It has like, it's a lock, isn't it? Another phase, if you control spells and traps, you can special summon this card in attack position from your graveyard. You can special summon this card from your graveyard in attack position. The controller of this card takes 1,000 during each of their standby phases. So that's fun. I don't remember why it got limited. Oh, yeah. No, I don't remember. There was a weird combo with it, but I don't remember it. Pyro Quick Fix. Lyricist Recital Starling, obviously. Draco Face Off. Pen Best Deck. Sky Striker Module Multi-Roll. So Engage is up for sure. Afterburners is up. Yeah, Engage is up. Everywhere. Okay. The Maven's version isn't too bad. And then the other one was multi-roll. I don't even remember seeing multi-roll. Yeah. Okay. Sky Striker is still budget. It's a little more expensive than it used to be. This is actually not a bad deal. It's a little more expensive than it used to be, but I think after a couple of weeks, when people were like, "Oh, it's still not that great of a deck," it'll calm down. But let me know what you guys think. What is your reaction to the ban list? My biggest takeaways are none of these matter, but quick fix, cool beans. None of these matter. All these decks, like most of these cards are irrelevant, but Draco Face Off, Modules, and quick fix have all been power crept. So Castira got hit a little bit, but didn't really get hit that hard. Only losing the Mind Hacker. I like Lightning Storm at 2. Actually, I love Lightning Storm at 2. I feel like Sacred Tree and Fountain should have been swapped. I think Zeus was a bigger problem than the Pearly cards, but that's okay. Denglong should have been free a long time ago. Gamma kind of makes sense. Circular makes sense. Blaster coming back is pretty cool. A Pointer does finally make sense. It wasn't the way they got the Gimmick Puppet out, the trap card. A trap card. Maybe it was this one. Target to non-fuse. It was this one. Okay. Okay, that's right. Right. There was a lock with that card. That's right. My bad. Diablos, Samurai Scarecrow is crazy, and then when it was on Cyberstein makes a lot of sense. Should never have came back. But let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. Make sure you guys click that like button, show support for the channel, subscribe for even more content. Most importantly of all, have a good day.